friend, here for your monthly intuitive reading for the month of September 2022. I hope everybody's doing well out there. You know, there's a lot of changes going on. We're receiving a lot of insight to help us start to birth the new life that is coming into play for each one of us. So what I'm hearing for September is it's time for us to understand that it's time to let go of the old life. It's time to let go of how we've been living. It's time to be an understanding that we didn't come here to live the same way every day. You know, it's like we came here to explore. We came to express we explore the unknown. And we're being asked to really step into that. And over the month, they're saying how things are going to help us is to look at what you appreciate in your life, you know, as simple as the appreciation of a relationship, a friendship that mirrors back to you or allows you to be, because of that mirror, allows you to be your authentic self, where you feel no judgment. And it's like appreciating that is a mirror or an example of what relationship is actually like for all of your relationships. So this month is a little bit tricky for me how to do. I'm trying to figure out how do I do this reading, because they're showing a lot. They're showing that there's a lot of chaos in the external world, and I think we're going to start to see some things coming up in the government, and we're going to start to see some restrictions, and we're going to start seeing some stress rise up, and there's going to be, you know, it's going to be very challenging on our mental well-being. But with that, they're saying that's only if you engage and believe in that story. They're saying that what we need to do is this, our self, like how we're living in this world. And remember, it's we the people that have the power. It is not our governments. And so that might help you be able to put aside what's going to be coming up, because I'm hearing, you know, a lot of craziness is going to come, and I think there's going to be a lot of people freaking out. But I just kind of keep hearing not to worry. So try not to engage into the fear, and remember that your greatness is your innovativeness, your creator, your resilience, your connection, like your ability to respond to life. And that's kind of what I'm hearing for the beginning of the month. We've just kind of came off, you know, that new moon energy that was moving us towards change, moving us to an earthly aspect of how do we want to live our lives, like really stripping it down to what is essential. They really kind of say, like, let go of, in a weird way, like kind of like let go of the big dreams of climbing a corporate ladder or making X amount of money, or, you know, I want to be able to sell my house for X amount of dollars. They're saying, like, at the end of the day, none of that is essential. The essentials are, how are you experiencing your life? How are you appreciating your time here on this planet? Are you connecting to your humanness, your senses? Are you engaging and appreciating what it is to have touch with another human, or the tenderness of an animal, or the smell of the forest or flowers? You know, it's like, are you appreciating the gifts of what it is to live on this planet? And that's kind of the overall energy. But at the beginning of the month, when we're coming off that new moon, they want us to start taking responsibility for the things, the areas in our life that we are appreciating, the areas that bring us joy, the areas that are simple. And they're kind of saying, if it's, you know, if something comes up, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. And so they're saying that's as cut and dry as it's going to be. And if you're somewhere in the middle trying to edit, trying to make things right, and you're stuck in pleasing others, and we are being told right now, this is about putting your life first and living true to you, because you signed up to live your life to the fullest. And you didn't sign up to live it to the fullest for someone else, or maybe to accommodate others. It's literally for you. And when you do that, you ripple out and allow others to receive the aspects of you of what they're looking for. So at the beginning of the month, pay attention, because we're going to be getting signs. We're going to have synchronicities. We're going to be getting guidance. It's like we might bump into someone and someone goes, oh, you know what? If you're looking for somewhere to go for massage, I go to this person. It's like, I feel like it's like the information's going to start coming to us. So pay attention. And then they want you to take action without hesitation. So listen to your intuition. If you're asking, if you're trying to connect and trying to change in an aspect of living your best life, they said, pay attention to the synchronicities, pay attention to your intuition, and take action. It's like, be spontaneous, because the universe is going to reciprocate that. Like, the more you listen to your intuition and the more you follow that guidance, the more the universe is going to support you on your new path. So at the beginning of the month, earlier in August, when you were paying attention to the new moon energies and your intentions and reflecting on what is important in your life, they're saying now they want you to take actions, but you gotta let the universe co-create with you. They're trying to support you. They're trying to give you new information. So you almost have to clear your mind and be open to receiving new. And then in the middle of the month, we're going to be coming right off of a full moon. So on the 10th is the full moon. So we're going to be in that first part of the month, we're going to start to see, we're going to get little bits of glimpses of light and illumination of where we're not following what we set intentions on in the new moon in the end of August. And so if we're not putting ourselves first, and if we're not following our intuition and the synchronicities that the universe are placing in front of us, then we're probably going to start to feel a little bit challenged. And because the universe is really trying to push you forward into this new birth. And we are in the Virgo time, so it's going to be earthly. So we're probably going to feel it in our physical bodies. And we also may feel it in our mental and how we're thinking, right? So as we come off that full moon in the middle of the month, it's going to be time to almost like pause and relax and almost like reflect. Like they're saying, like it's going to be a time to like really almost tweak or readjust or course correct. But it's not so much about like full-fledged action. Yes, we're going to be continuing in the month of adventuring into the unknown, but it's more about understanding and really connecting to the creator that you are. So really understanding that you get to create your life based on all the evidence that you're gathering to make your decisions. So if you're not liking how things are in your life, then change your beliefs and your perspective. Like you're gathering information that validates a certain thought or a certain belief, and they're saying open up and see if there's another possibility and start gathering the evidence that maybe it is possible rather than it's not possible. And then you can start seeing that you're the creator, because as soon as you start to shift those thoughts, you will start to understand that you can now start taking actions to create that new energy in your life. So in the middle of the month, it's kind of a little bit more about kind of like relaxing or connecting or strengthening the idea and truth that you are the creator. So finding that line, and you're just repeating what you've been conditioned to, and you're repeating what you're used to, and you're going to be playing out the same life that you have been playing out, and the universe is saying, hey, you came here to create this new life in the sense of living from your soul's perspective, not from a societal perspective and what you were taught. So then at the end of the month, once you kind of have that clarity, you've been able to reflect and get clear, really get clear on the creator and get clear on that change is the only constant and what allow me to live my life. Then at the end of the month, now it's time to take the risk. Now it's time to be willing to venture into the unknown, to be willing to be that, to take action, to start creating the new life in that essential being, in the essence of who you are, in the pieces that really, really matter. So it's enhancing the creative process and not getting too engaged in what's happening in the external world, because they said if you get engaged in that, it's going to pull you down. Your frequency is going to get pulled down, and you're going to have a difficult time understanding that your human design is here to live your best life. You are not meant to suffer here. It's the ego that allows the suffering to enter in. It's our conditioning, it's our expectations, it's our shoulds and have tos. And if you really stop to think about it, whoever said that it should, have to, and those expectations, that's from somebody else. And if you're saying it should, ask yourself why. Why should I do that? And it's like, and then maybe ask yourself, why shouldn't I? So then you can start to shift and see that there's other possibilities, right? And see that you are the creator. So that will allow you to go on this grand adventure, that your life is a grand adventure, that you are meant to go into unknown territory. You're meant to explore, and as you explore, express what you discover. And as you do that, you raise the frequency and you share your vibration with everyone else around you. So it's all about you coming into the essence of who you are. And overall in this month as well, I'm hearing it's really important to get clear on your essentials. Like, what is it that is essential? Because there's going to be some changes coming. And I do feel we're going to start to hear it in September. And it's going to, I'm going to say it's going to piss some people off. It's going to stir the pot, but it's going to continue. October is going to even get more intense. And so if you're following the mainstream media and if you believe what they're saying is occurring, but if you tune into you and your life, and I know it sounds like you're going to be living in a little bubble, but that's okay, because your bubble is the life that you signed up to live and you get to create it. So manifest that you're fine. you don't have to obey. It's like you can live the life you choose to live, and you will find new ways. So don't attach to it has to be this way, or this is how we get power, or this is how we get gas. There's always other alternatives. There's always ways of finding and collaborating and exchanging. There's a lot of different things we can do. We've just gotten used to everything being at our fingertips and everything being given to us. Like it's like, you know, almost if you've ever watched the movie Wall-E, when all the humans are on the spacecraft Axiom, it's run by autopilot, which is our ego, right? And they're all sitting in these automatic chairs, and the robots are just bringing everything to them. They're doing nothing. Like everything is just on an assembly line. And so what they're saying is we've got to step off of that. We've gotten conditioned. We've almost gotten lazy as a human race. And it's time for us to reclaim our humanness and start enjoying more of what the gift is to be a human on this planet, to really see the beauty and to really connect and raise that frequency, open your heart, clear your mind, and allow yourself to be an observer and just strip it down to the essentials. So I hope that that really helps you navigate through September's energy. Do not get too triggered by the news, and stay aligned with your essential being. And if you're looking for support or a tribe or guidance, you know, I'm hosting these soul friend gatherings, and I was doing summer soul friend gatherings, and now I heard that to increase it, because we're all going to need a community. We're all going to need a place where we feel safe, where we feel connected, and where we can start to exchange ideas, creative ideas, to create this new world. And I'm going to be offering those September, October, November on every full moon and new moon. So there's 6 times that we can get together. That's all on my website, which is karamarshall.ca. That's with a C and 2 L's. But I'm also hearing we need to connect with Mother Earth. We need to really allow the energy of her life force and her abundance and her natural law to come into one with us. We need to reconnect. We have separated ourselves. We've almost made ourselves as though we are outside of natural law, that we are above it, but as soon as we do that, we separate, and that puts us into lack. So we want to come back into that abundant flow, that everything is abundant and everything is connected, and it's a continuous of giving and receiving. So I'm going to be doing a couple of things with Heart Wild Adventures. So I'm going to be doing a forest bathing night in Kananaskis on September 28th. That's on a Wednesday. And I'm going to do it from 5:30 to 7:30 to beat, so we'll be there right at the sunset. Sunset's around 7:30 at that time of year. So I'm going to be taking people out to really let go and release and connect to the frequency and the healing energies of the earth, and open up your senses to connect and see your essential being so that you can experience it and sense it. And I'm also going to be taking a group of people out on a hike, which is a little bit more like active, but it's a beautiful hike. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to be taking people out on a Friday, September 16th, and I'm going to be taking people to Galatea Lakes, which is just 3 lakes, and we actually hike up alongside a creek. And there's waterfalls, and there's 11 footbridges, and there's like ferry area that's mossy, and then there's like a ridge and treat areas. And then you come out to this lake, Lillian Lake, that is so feminine, so beautiful, so serene, and just so still. And we're going to connect there and have a lunch, and we're going to connect in circle. We're going to pull cards. We're going to do a little bit of intuitive readings. And then we're going to continue on and go up to Galatee Lakes. And there's 2 there. And when we get to the back lake, anyone who wants to go in and purify and cleanse with mountain water. Yeah, it's cold, but anyone who wants to do that, we're going to take a plunge and then we're going to come back. So if you're interested in all that, that's also on my website, which is under the tab for Heart Wild Adventures. And it will help you unplug from all the craziness in the world and just be with you. And that is so important right now during these times. And know that this energy is continuing on. We have the planetary energy is intense, asking us to change. And it's going to be out of the blue changes. We're going to have Uranus affecting us, Mercury and Venus. We have a lot of planets affecting us. And if you need to, or if you feel that you could use a little clarity, or you could use a little bit of support, I also offer healing sessions. They're either via Zoom or they're here in person if you live close by. And a lot of people tend to do the intuitive talk therapy or the deep healing. Some people come and do the energy work for just keeping their frequency up and do an hour of that. So check out my services. I would love to connect with you. I want to help you all. This is a month where healing is going to be necessary. We are going to need to connect and have support. So feel free, and if it's not me, maybe I can recommend somebody, one of my friends, that for services that may be more suited for you. I love you all. Have a fantastic September. It's my birthday month, so I'm looking forward to being in nature a lot this month. I find that it fills my cup. So have a wonderful September, and I will see you all in October. I love you. Bye.